podcast. And I have an amazing guest today named Kristina. As you can see there on her title, she is a twin flame and a manifesting queen. One of my dearest friends. I've known her over 20 years, probably over 20 years, I think.
Yes.
And we've done a lot together. And she's one of the most business savvy. I mean, she's not just a great manifester and this beautiful woman, magical goddess. She is also totally business savvy. And she, created multiple businesses, but I know her originally from when she was in mortgage, and she had multiple houses, and she bought this amazing mansion in Ojai and created an event space that was absolutely magical. It was spiritual. It was funky. It was luxurious. It was really, really a healing space for people to come and really express their true essence. And I think that's one of the things, again, that's part of Kristina's genius, is that she really empowers women to love themselves as they are and to just put it out there. So welcome, Kristina.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that beautiful introduction.
Anything else you want to add? Because you're just amazing.
I don't know. I just decide I want to do something and I just do it. Including when I decided I wanted to be a belly dancer, and then I manifested a teacher in my town in Ojai and started doing that. And then I just thought I want to be a burlesque dancer. And then I got like this message on Facebook that burlesque classes are starting in Ventura. And I ended up, doing that. And it's taken me a long time to figure out really how I do it, because it just comes easy to me. And I see people struggling with this, this manifesting. And I think I kind of have a little idea about how I'm doing it. And I just want to share what my gift is, and then share these gifts with other people.
You're very generous about sharing your gifts. And I just want to also put out there for our viewers or listeners that, number one, Kristina not only became a belly dancer, but she was like head of the Belly Dance Festival, one of the biggest festivals in Ojai, for many years. She was also, as far as like a burlesque, she had a burlesque troupe. And she also teaches. I mean, you taught me that chair dance. You're a good teacher too. So, Kristina now lives, she doesn't live in Ojai anymore, just so nobody go look for her in Ojai. She now lives in Baja, which is in Mexico, just really, Southern California. It's basically like Mexico, California, or California of Mexico. And she has the Baja Vista Social Club that she started with her twin flame, her amazing husband, Christopher.
Yes.
So, okay, I just wanted to put that in there. So this is probably part one of 2 interviews, because we like to keep things kind of like snappy on this podcast, because people just don't have enough time. And I know what you're wanting. I can hear your brains. I know what you want to know is, how does she manifest? How does she manifest her twin flame? How does she manifest mansions and burlesque?
That's an easy one. That's an easy one, I can tell you. And it's, I believe that a lot of it was, coaching from you. Your intuitive readings really helped me to start meditating, because I remember you used to meditate all the time, and I was like, I don't have time to meditate. Right?
Yeah.
And then I just started deciding, okay, maybe I'll get on YouTube and start doing these guided meditations. So I started doing those guided meditations, and ones about like just being in gratitude. And that, I think that was the biggest thing, the just appreciating everything that you have and having this positive attitude. And when you're thinking about something that you want, you're putting that positive energy out there. And I recently rewatched The Secret. Remember The Secret?
Yes.
And I think a
Awesome.
lot of people have watched that and they're like, oh, you know, I think positive. I'm always thinking positive. But no, it takes a lot more than just thinking positive. It's like those little nagging negative thoughts come in your brain all throughout the day. And I just clear that. I just wipe that out of my thoughts. Like anytime I have a worry or anything, because from watching that documentary, it's like if you spend more than, I think it's like 60 seconds of your thoughts in that negative frame, you will, it'll, you'll solidify it. So it's like the moment that negative thought comes into your mind, it's just like you clear that out and switch it to the positive. Like, how can I be abundant? Instead of saying like, oh, I've got too much debt, you know? So it, when it comes to like finding that partner, I was just not really ready and having fun. And I think I just decided, like, I had been given this message, like, make your list. Does anybody ever make a list of what they want in anything these days? Because we have
Yeah.
our cell phone, but you can do it. I use my notes page on my phone. And it was in February, it was I believe it was the new moon in February when you make your list, right, of what you want.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what that date was, but I just decided, okay, I'm going to write this list of traits that I want in a man and then just forget about it. So I just put it on my notes on the phone. And I'll have to say, don't put the things that you don't want on there because you'll get those too.
Because you'll get those too.
You will. I did. I did. I got those too, but they're really not that bad, especially with the times we're in now, you know, but when it really exactly 6 months later and I get a knock on the door and here's this man and he's everything that I wanted that was on my list. And the way that he found me, it was almost like my favorite movie, Practical Magic, when she does that little spell as a child that she puts those petals into the air and is like she
Love that
calls in a
part.
man. Remember, she calls in a man, but she calls in one that she doesn't think that exists. The one blue eye, one green eye, you know, somebody that flips pancakes in the air. And she just
I
sent it
love
out to the
that.
universe. And then this man, you know, showed up in her life looking into investigating this, you know, mysterious death of this or this guy, bad guy. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what I did is I did this little like call for this man with this list and he got the call and just had to follow the synchronicities. And he goes by Chris Synchronicity. That's like his Instagram name, which I thought was so funny that he started learning this years ago about synchronicities, about how things like you'll recognize something and then you'll see it again the next day and then it just keeps reminding you, or like a song comes on the radio when you're talking about something and it's exactly what you're discussing. Do you know what would you give an example for a synchronicity?
Oh, there's so many, but yeah, you think of like someone you haven't talked to in years and they call you or they email you out of the blue, or you run into them at the grocery store and you had no idea they were in the same town.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of, but what was I going to ask you? So Christina's twin flame, Chris Synchronicity, um, as he loves to be called, um, he was showing up in her readings, what, like 2 years before he ever even walked to
Oh
knock
yeah.
at the door. We kept
Yes.
saying the King of
Exactly.
Cups card. We're trying to figure out who is
Yes.
this King of Cups because I had this vision
Right.
of this man that was young but had gray hair. And I was like,
Yeah.
but he's very youthful. He's young. He's
Very
good looking.
playful. Yeah. Loves to travel, playful, um, and very passionate, right? And you said he was a water sign and he's a Scorpio. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
he
but I
showed up in
didn't
other
really.
people's readings too, though, right? I think Vicky, who does readings for you, he
Oh,
might have.
Vicky, Clarissa also saw him. In fact, I played him that recording the other day, and he was just blown away because he grew up Catholic, and he's not, even though he believes in synchronicities, he really was more on it being about pattern matching and that your mind is looking for these patterns, whereas I'm all about the magic. So we have this duality where I'm about the magic and he's more about it being scientific, which is a lot of masculine energies, right? So he wasn't into the esoteric arts. He'd never had a tarot reading until you pulled that card for him. The very first card he pulled at your house was the Two of Cups, the twin flame card.
I know. That was so funny. The look on our face, because we understood what the card was, and we're like
Yes,
looking at him like, do you realize what the card you pulled, man?
I know. And now he's like, now he pulls out the deck all the time and he's like, I'm going to pull a card, you know? So, and last night we were at this get together and I was telling a little bit about our story because he actually did a world post on Facebook yesterday for our 1 year anniversary. It's our 1 year anniversary,
Woohoo!
366, now it's 366 days together. And telling people like this is really the key is following the synchronicities and letting go and surrendering and listening to that inner voice, like having that intuition and listening to that. Whereas people forget that now. They don't do that anymore. They're all
So
bombarded with
true.
media and social media and television and everything. And they just think, okay, I need to do this, this, and this. And they think that work needs to be difficult. It needs to be hard. This doesn't need to be hard. It's really not.
Exactly. Like one of the things that we worked on, because Christina and I, like I said, have been friends for many, many years, and I was her roommate in Ojai for a few years or something like that. And what we really focused on was pleasure. It's like, what makes us happy? What makes us feel turned on and lit up and sexy, like burlesque, like we would do burlesque, we would do belly dance, we would get dressed up and go out and, just flirt with guys. And it's not about, going to places that maybe you're not comfortable with going. It's just about starting with feeling great about yourself and flowing that energy out to other people because it's contagious, you know?
Right.
Um,
Right. And that's what
what do you
I've
want to say
always
about
felt.
that?
Yeah, I've always felt like I've creating what I have. I am the creator of my own universe. So I figured out early on, like I could have whatever I wanted. I could create whatever I wanted. I don't know how I had that intuition, but it would just happen all the time. Like buying that mansion. It's like I didn't really think at the time like I want to buy a mansion and have parties all the time. It just like it was just something I guess I wanted internally and it manifested to that state. And then once I was in it, it was just like, what else can I make happen here? And I was always reinventing myself to create more abundance. It's like when things aren't working, you feel like you need to start chasing after stuff and like
Mhm.
trying to make things happen. And that's what was happening with my business there in Ojai was that it wasn't after 15 years, it was becoming more stressful and not as much fun, and so I needed something new to chase after, but something that was going to be easy. And so I had to like surrender and let go of my place, which that was difficult to do because it was such an awesome, amazing place to have, the mansion and having all those parties all the time. But the energy was getting to the point where uh, it was getting more expensive. Prices like utilities were going up and neighbors were getting on me. And I don't know, it's just like the energy was not as fun for me because I was always worrying about the noise. So I'm like, where can I go where I can have this fun and make noise and have parties. Mexico. Because down here, people like live and let live. And we had like what was it the other night here? It was on a Sunday night mariachi band.
Wait.
Like,
Before you go there.
Yeah.
He manifested a freaking grand piano that you have. Do you want to give them a quick tour and then go back into your story about the give them a quick tour. This is what she manifested after the Ojai mansion. So
So well, this is our bedroom. Let's see. Can I flip this around?
Probably.
No. I don't know. Let's see. This is our master bedroom.
Beautiful. Wow.
It's giant. Like, it is the biggest bedroom. So this house, I had asked my friend that lived down in this area, which I'd been coming to visit for like 4 years. It was, I had been here 4 years ago with a friend, and she took me over to this mystic Allison's house. And I was like looking at this view of this property from this property. And I thought, I want to get freedom. I didn't say I wanted this. I just said, I want to free up my life and not have so much stress and not have to be working every day to pay the bills. Because that's where it had gotten me to at that point. Mm. And she was like, girl, you can't say that in this ISIS mansion and not have that happen to you. I'm like, okay, bring it on. And a week later, after I got back to Ojai, was when the Thomas fire started. And so that kind of set me down this path of like, I need to get out of this. Like, I'm going more and more in debt from the fire, you know. Look at this bathroom. I have a jacuzzi tub.
Oh God, that's beautiful.
Giant walk-in shower. With a dog washing station for Buddy. Look at this.
Yeah. That's like the whole package for a bathroom. Even
I mean, like, I didn't even have that on my list. I wanted a dog washing station, but I have a 90-pound dog. It's like perfect. So anyways, when COVID hit, I was like, now's the time to do it. Like, I'm going to move down there, and eventually the mansion will sell. And I'll just be down here full time was my plan. And once we got down here, of course, that energy happened. But this place that I found, I had told my friend, and she put me in contact with a realtor here. And she said, what do you want? And I go, I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a yard for Buddy, views of the ocean and the river, and a bathtub. And she goes, oh, I have this place. And guess what? Allison used to live there. And I'm like, Allison? No way. So this was my view, and the same view that Allison had 4 years ago when I decided I wanted to get free.
Oh my gosh, that is incredible. Hey, Kristina,
so yeah, so I said, I will take it. Oh, I also said I didn't want to pay more than $1,500 a month for this.
Hey, we're kind of losing you. I want to go back inside.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's a rooftop
That's
deck.
Incredible.
Yes. So yeah, so this was the place. And it was
so this was the Isis Palace?
Even better than I could have imagined. This was the Isis Palace, the Isis
and
mansion.
It still is.
There's Buddy.
Oh. Yeah, Christopher bought you that, right? That was an anniversary present.
Christopher had that painted for me for my birthday. Because he's like, he knows, like, what do you get the girl that has everything she wants, right?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, let's see. I think that I've got all the guys in here. They made me breakfast today. Oh yeah, Chris always brings me coffee in bed every morning. I don't know if you saw that massage table in there, but he's a masseuse too. And
did you
chef.
Did you put all that on your list?
Yeah. Oh, there they are. Here's the guys.
Hey. Oh, wow. That's what a great living area. Hi, Christopher.
Hey, Chris. How's
You're
the interview?
live. So say hi to all your new fans.
We're starting a
Look
commune
look
here.
together. They're
It's, I've
twin
got
flames. You
what
can
I
totally
wanted.
see it.
I wanted a place full of men to like take care of me.
Oh,
Tough life.
really tough. Oh my goodness.
But here's
Well, you
another.
inspire us, Kristina. You're inspiring. This looks like someone's watching. We have like 6 or 7 people watching, but we have a comment from my friend Jen. Kimberly Rogers and our friend Jen are watching, and they're so glad they caught.
Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, Jen.
We put together this lovely little snuggle couch right here too this week.
Oh my!
I always wanted these things to like snuggle with and watch the stars at night. But yeah, this is
so cool. Okay, so tell us before we end this, this segment, because it's just part 1. Tell us about like a few of the synchronicities that you and Christopher had together, because I know he had a list of like 60.
Oh my God, he's 70? Up to like 60. Yeah, he's up to like 60 synchronicities. But the twin flame connection, yeah, that we should probably go into that in the next thing. But ultimately, the story is that we're one soul in 2 bodies. So we have like parallel lives growing up together, and then all our like favorite things, favorite ice cream flavors and favorite foods and all the things that we like to do. And that's what it was like. I didn't even realize when I was manifesting a partner that I was going to manifest the ultimate partner, which is your twin flame. And it's just amazing. It's like the most magical relationship you can have. And as long as you realize that they're helping you to be a better you. And the way to like really make it work is to lead with your heart and just love yourself. Like that's what I think it ultimately comes down to, the self-love and taking care of yourself and giving yourself time, self-care time, and just like being in love with yourself. And when you're in love with yourself, then people see that and they feel it. They feel that love and they send that energy back to you. So that's what the twin flame relationship is to me. And the synchronicities are like a sign. We're always seeing 1111, the repeating numbers. Yeah. We have so many screenshots on our phones now of like, we'll pick up the phone and it'll be 1111, or yesterday it was 222. And those, you'll go and look at what the angel message is, and it just says that we're on the right path and we're following our soul's purpose. And every day we have something else that comes up, like that, all these gifts that we have to give and share. Mine has always been like, I just want to inspire people and lead juicy lives. Like juicy, I think, is a word for me that just like explains how I like to feel all the time, is like that pleasure and feeling juicy and happy. And turning off the TV and even getting off of social media really has helped that a lot. If you're in this fear all the time, you're not going to be feeling juicy and you're not going to be feeling abundant. And this living down here in Baja and getting out of that that whole dynamic energy that's happening in the States is so freeing to me. So if anybody else wants to get out of there, get out of that, let me know. We've got some beautiful rentals down here at the beach.
Ooh, sign me up. So I loved Chris's post on Facebook yesterday, and I think it would be a really cool ending and kind of a teaser to our next. So the next episode with Kristina will be really deeper into the twin flame journey, and maybe we'll have Chris come on and talk as well. But what would love for you to maybe end with is a little bit of the story about, you know, your 50th birthday party, and kind of all that was such a magical how this all kind of came together. Can you tell that story?
Totally. Yeah. I feel like it was the universe was pushing him to find me. I like put that call out there, and it was like, he believes it was this, you know, he had gotten a divorce, and he just decided he was going to take the money from the divorce, buy himself an RV, and just travel around the country. And he did that. And then he ended up getting a job working in festivals, like at Lightning in a Bottle, and Bhakti Fest. And at Lightning in a Bottle, he someone came up to him and said, "Hey, we have a flat tire. Do you have an air pump?" And when he had first bought that RV, it was with his mom, and she said, "Well, you need one of these air pumps." And he's like, "No, I don't need this. I have a brand new RV." And she's like, "You should get it." And he said, "No, I don't need it." And then the next day he went back there. He goes, "I'm going to get that air pump." And he went and he got it. And so when that guy came up to him at Lightning in a Bottle, he said, "Yes, I have one." And the guy ended up inviting him to his 50th birthday. His name is Claudio. He lives in San Diego. He is good friends with my brother-in-law, my sister's husband. And that's how they ended up. He met my sister and my brother-in-law at this Claudio's birthday, which happened to be on my 50th birthday. And I was having a big party that night, right?
And you were so pissed off at her.
That she that party instead of coming to mine. Yeah. But I can forgive her because she ended up meeting him and they had like a relationship. They would see each other at different events down there with these guys in San Diego. And then one day, a year ago, he joined them at the Kern River, and he said, "I think I want to move to Ojai." And they said, "Well, you need to look up my sister because she's like the honorary mayor of Ojai and she knows everybody. So give her a call and go to lunch." And so he called me. He even sent me a video of him singing a song, and his friend Jackie was playing the piano. And I was so busy that day, I didn't even watch it. So I didn't even know what he looked like when he came to the door. And he came to the door and he was just like, "Hi, I'm Chris." And we went to lunch and we talked for like an hour at lunch. And then we didn't want to end the hour. And it just went on from there. And we spent a whole week together where he didn't want to leave and I didn't want him to leave. And then it's just been like that ever since. Like we just felt like we were each other's home and we didn't want to be apart. It was just so magical. But it wasn't this, which is funny because it wasn't like this fireworks love at first sight thing that a lot of people think of in the fairy tales, that you're supposed to like have this like this like lust for someone. No, this is like feeling like you've come home and you're with this person that is your like ultimate partner. But it's just magical. And it's taken me many, many months for him to get away from his atheist beliefs to come to my side and realize that this is magic. This is divine intervention. And this is what we need for the times right now. This love energy that we're sharing out there. It's not only just happening to us, but we're meeting twin flame couples like every day. They're just like, they end up in our circle again. And we're like, oh, right away, we know when we meet them. And now that I'm telling you this, again, this is like a synchronicity. You'll meet these couples that are like, they just met during COVID or they met the year before. It's like so many people are coming together. They're in this journey. And I believe that that's what's going to help this energy get to this point where we're healing the planet and entering into this golden age where we're like living a blissful life. Do you feel that?
Completely. And it's really in alignment with work, my goddess work, because I do goddess illuminated sessions. I do, 6-month goddess illuminated coaching. I'm creating a course. And a lot of it is, because I channel goddess energy and readings for people, but it's getting to the point now where we're like all being upgraded so we could do that for ourselves. So I'm trying to help, teach people like you are, like give them the tools so they can just do it. They don't need to rely on other people. I mean, every now and then, I still get readings from people sometimes because it's, because it's outside of yourself. You want another
affirming.
Yeah, totally. But so we're going to end here. And thank you so much, Kristina, for being on here. And do you want to give them your website where they can reach you guys?
Well, we're on Facebook right now, Baja Vista Social Club. And yeah, we're going to be having events down here. Like that was one of the things about moving down here is I wanted to have a nightclub where we could have our burlesque music and burlesque live music, comedy and magic. And as soon as we got down here, it was like we were making all these connections with musicians and other like magical people. So it's like now it's like everyone we're meeting is someone that can help us like make this happen. It's amazing. We're in this
manifesting queen.
We're in a vortex and we're in the flow.
Yeah. And now you have your manifesting king to like kind of balance the energy,
yes.
right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. See, he's also a super manifester.
Yeah.
And now with us together, it's just like, boom, everything happens super fast. So even like he was worrying about his new bike, electric bike that had these little screws sticking up. And he kept seeing those screws popped up there and he thought, I could get hurt on that. And then the last time we were in Ojai, he crashed on his bike and cut his leg open on that screw on the bike and had to get stitches. And I was like, see, you manifested that. You can't be thinking that negative stuff. Like just keep it on the positive all the time.
Absolutely. All right, sweetheart. Love you.
Okay,
love you, Christopher. So everybody, definitely follow the Baja Vista Social Club. I put the name of their amazing space. And and it looks like Michelle Dawson Alcorn says hi on Facebook. Hi, Michelle. What's up, girl? One of our burlesque besties. Okay. We'll talk again soon. Bye, everybody.